But you got to start somewhere. I just was never given quote unquote on the air training where I could just go on the air and just work out the kinks. I had to have the kinks kind of worked out before, but heck, you got to work at like Market 300. And, in the beginning, I guess that was one of the things that I did was I listened to a lot of really good talk radio in New York City where I grew up, and I worked for WMCA, and you got to expose yourself to it, but it's not just enough just for that. You have to have it in your blood. I guess it's in your DNA. People ask, how did you do that? I think it's just always been part of me, and I can't explain it other than when I was 10 years old, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, where I was going to be, and I knew it was going to impact my life for good. And I wanted to do some good. I wanted to, provide great information, certainly wanted to have an opinion, and life will do that. And but one that wasn't, rooted in hatred, and one that was of divisiveness. And that's certainly never our intention here, to be able to divide anybody. And it is very challenging occasionally when I address people from the left and explain I'm a moderate conservative, and they automatically kind of label you all of those things that the Trump supporters, white nationalists, supremacist, bigot. Yeah, we're the KKK, just lump sum. That's what the left is famous for, putting it all together. And I say, look, we intelligently, we use our brains here at For the People and our hearts. So I guess I could sum it up that way. I use my brain and my heart. And speaking from the heart, to me, that's very important. Because if I don't do that, if it's just all in the mind, then it's just washing up. And there's got to be the human element of a talk show host. It has to come out on the air, because I cannot expect you to want to tune in or support something listener supported for the people. I mean, that's how we are able to do what we do every day. And it's really hard to believe. A lot of people say, is it really listener support? How do you do that? People call me from all over the country, radio stations. How do you survive? How do you really do it? I mean, you're not PBS. I'm like, no, we're not PBS. But we believe in what we do. And that's important right there. We believe it. We believe it, and we work hard. And for the supporters that we have, we appreciate very much. You allow us to be able to do what we do every day. We'd like to do even more. And the more supporters we get, the more we can do. And we want to grow. And we're definitely looking for more supporters around the country that could help us grow even bigger to what we are right now. And we're making the steps necessary each and every day to be able to do that. If you'd like to become a member, it's very simple. All you have to do is log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com, and you can become a monthly subscriber. And there's a subscriber button where you can enter in the amount from $1 all the way up to $100 a month. Or you can just simply give a one-time donation. You can do that on your bank card, any major credit card. It's secure. It's encrypted. Never had any issues with anybody giving online at all. So it's 100% encrypted through the bank of PayPal, which, it's universal. You can use it anywhere. And it will help this broadcast, and it will help me personally be able to do what I do here from our studios in Tampa, Florida. So occasionally we'll kind of linger there once in a while just to let you know that. I don't like to belabor it, for the whole hour, unless we're doing some kind of share-a-thon, which once or twice a year we'll do that because of some initiatives that we have to broaden the broadcast. By the way, an update, because it's been on my mind, and we've raised the money. We were raising money for Chuck for the iPad. We definitely got that, and for the supporters that made that happen, we had some really big gifts. We had small gifts, but everybody gave what they could give. We got it because of Irma, because of my mother-in-law in ICU, and all of this, and Chuck's aware of it. We just haven't been able to get there, but we still are going to have the announcement and the video and all that other stuff, and get that to Chuck. But we've already gotten it. I need to just drive it there, and we're trying to just get life back to normal, whatever normal is here after Irma, because I got to tell you, that was a lot of work. getting everything together, and everybody's been kind of fatigued. Still try to take a big sigh of relief here, and I almost feel a little guilty about it, to be honest with you, where there's so many people that are not able to have that sigh of relief. They're stressed out because they don't know where their loved ones are, missing loved ones, or just their properties, their houses are either damaged severely or destroyed, and many don't have insurance, and they're never going to be made whole, that way, and they don't have the money or the means to be able to do so. So that breaks my heart when I see it. Besides giving and donating, prayer, I think is the biggest thing. Is if we could pray, say a prayer, and then anything you can ask individually, what can I do? And maybe there's something you can do. Many people have found the need to be able to travel there, because they have skills, to be able to help people with carpentry, with plumbing, with electrical, drywall, and people have done that where they've actually just got off the work. And this floors me. People that are supporting their families, walking off the job sites. I've heard of stories in Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Wisconsin, walking off their job sites, okay, because they felt that they have to go and help people. So they have their tool belts, they got their tools, and they're heading to the Keys, they're heading out to the Caribbean, and they're just helping their fellow man. And, the Bible says we are our brother's keeper. A lot of people say we're not, but really we are. We all have that mandate to be able to help one another. That's something that I believe in, that we really need to do much more of that. But we live in a very self-centered type of society. I hate to say it that way, but a lot of people just stuck on me, myself, and I, and you can see that in people's behavior. I mean, you don't have to look too far, and you can see how people act and how they treat people, with simple maneuvers like a parking spot, cutting somebody off in traffic. You're in the grocery store. Some people just don't have any regard for other people, and you can just see it. It's just they're trapped in their own world. And there was this telethon, and this floored me, for Irma. A bunch of celebrities got together on television to raise what they could raise. And I was thinking to myself, wow, if all those celebrities gave $1 million, there would be no need to be able to raise money for a bunch of people, to be quite frank with you, don't have really money to spare. And they're emptying other people's wallets, where if they gave $1 million like Trump, again, think about all those celebrities that have 50, 100 million, 200-300 million or more to their name. Mark Wahlberg? Are you kidding me? That guy could write millions out, and it would be nothing. That would just be a quick weekend shopping spree. And then Stevie Wonder making it a political appeal about global warming, which just drove me crazy. More about that in the second hour of For the People, but just unbelievable. Use that opportunity to be able to sit there and knock people that believe that this is not a contributor of this recent hurricane. Like I say, we're going to be talking about that in some recent findings. And for some of you, it might be a little cynical about that. Some real facts and history, being a good teacher, will tell us there's something going on here that, of course, they're not telling you. But the left, they love to raise all this kind of money and self-grandizement. We talked about that, yesterday with Hollywood? A lot of it's that way. I would rather this, quite frankly, with these stars and stuff like that, do a radiothon or something like that. It's just, I got to see my celebrity, talk to a celebrity. Like I said, you know what? Mark Wahlberg, Stevie Wonder, even though you're blind, go there with a tool belt. We'll show you where you need to pick up this trash or dump this over there. It's just all this lip service. And God knows how much they actually got paid to be on the share-a-thon or whatever it is that they were raising this money. But they always make it a political statement. It's always about being seen. Look at me. Look at me. I would rather be behind the scenes. That, to me, would be the ticket. But I'm just saying, I got the microphone, so you know I'm certainly going to give you my opinion. Black Lives Matter. You know, they've been protesting in Charlottesville a shroud from Thomas Jefferson's statue just 1 month ago. Remember, white nationalists stormed the University of Virginia's rotunda, chanting, "Jews will not replace us." On Tuesday, exactly 1 month later, a different group of protesters came together to deride the school's response to last month's events. About 100 students and faculty and community members, some invoking Black Lives Matter chants, showed up at the Charlottesville, Virginia University and placed a black tarp on a monument honoring Thomas Jefferson, U.S. founding father and a founder of the university. Last month, plans to remove a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee turned violent, resulting in the death of Heather Heyer, who was there to protest white supremacist groups, if you can recall. The deadly protests set off a national debate over what to do with hundreds of historic monuments across the South that honor the Confederacy. So at the rally on Tuesday, several people climbed atop a Jefferson monument and placed signs on it that called him a racist and rapist. Students also chanted, "No Trump, no KKK, no racist, UVA," according to the Richmond Times-Dispatch. So the rally was in response to a decision by the university, apparently to deny a request by Black Student Alliance to ban white supremacists from campus and remove Confederate plaques on the rotunda, according to the Daily Progress. Within every new honor that arises each month or each day, there has been a unparalleled resistance of people who say no to white supremacy, no to fascism, no to all forms of oppression, said the speaker and the Times-Dispatch reporter. We recognize and honor the fact that this resistance was not born 10 months ago, but actually lived many years. Communities of color in Charlottesville fighting for affordable housing, for a living wage, and an end to police brutality and state-sanctioned violence, for education for all. Yeah, the problem with the left, folks, is they like to put every single thing in the kitchen sink inside all of these issues. It's so much easier just to infest their hatred, their disdain for slavery and rape and intolerance to religion, skin color, and all these particular things. They just throw this stuff out there and stoke the fires of people that will just listen to them. And if these statues were just enough to be able to take these down, there's 1,500 Confederate symbols, statues, and monuments in the United States, including the names of highways and schools, according to a 2016 study by the Southern Poverty Law Center. By taking these statues down, they're believing that everything is just going to be okay. Everything's going to be perfect. There's going to be some kind of utopia. That we're all going to be singing Kumbaya. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say that removing these statues is not going to fix your neighborhood. It's not going to stop hatred in people's hearts. It's not going to change people's minds by taking this down. One would say, well, it's a step in the right direction. I've heard people say that. It's a step. It's a small step, is it? Is it? And for me to be able to say that, and if I was there in Charlottesville having this conversation or doing this broadcast of this program, the microphone would be ripped from the wire for having this opinion. And I would be called a white supremacist, a bigot, KKK, all these particular things for saying it.